You've seen Bakarina, you've seen Lizalette be a tsundere, and you've seen Eileen choose a final boss ending. But have you seen them choose violence? Today, I would like to introduce a few leading ladies in the Otome Isekai genre that will steal your breath away. If you're a fan of action-packed adventure or ridiculous comedy, these are the works for you, especially if you love shonen and seinen anime and manga. Before we dive in, I want to make it clear that Otome Isekai is not restricted to any one demographic, but instead follows a few rules to a flexible degree, listed right over here, on the Otome Isekai subreddit. Now, a series does not have to follow all these rules to qualify, so if the majority are in agreement, that may be dubbed an OI. Or not! What I've learned recently is that Otome Isekai is less of a genre and more like a vibe. So something like Mob Sekai, that one about being trapped in a dating sim as a mob character, yeah, it technically counts as an OI, but we don't talk about it here because it doesn't pass the vibe check. What about the non-Isekai Bibliophile Princess? Pass. Ascendance of a Bookworm? Pass. Magical Revolution? Pass. Romantic Killer? Oh, wait. The line starts to get murky once we leave the isekai setting or the historical setting, because we end up in the Rofan genre, or just isekai with a female main character, like Leadale. Look, I'm not going to tell you every single series out there like what I did in my last video, so here are just a few handpicked series to lure you into the dark side. Let me present to you two types of chaos that I've dubbed bloodbath and peak comedy. Something like Endo and Kobayashi Live, which recently got animated, would have peak comedy moments with our characters screaming like they're the voices of gods, while Tales of Reincarnation and Maydare, which is part Harry Potter and part Classroom of a Black Cat and a Witch, would be a bloodbath in some case, with its incredible opening sequence. Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but you can check out my OI guide video for more information on both these series. But with that, let's start off with something lighthearted, shall we? So, the Crow's Prince. Wait, let me clarify. The prince isn't the protagonist. Now if you scroll back just a bit, you'll see it's got the next best thing. A crow! A goddamn crow! There's something about transmigrating as an animal in OIs, because if I had a nickel for every time a main character was stuck as a bird, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. As every isekai goes, our poor teen protagonist gets hit by a oh wait. She doesn't? Apologies. Wrong isekai. She's actually a fanatic for wild animals, so much so that when she was working at a zoo, she got eaten alive by one. And now she's a crow. Not a main character or side character. I don't even know if you can call this a mob character. Well, guess she's stuck with this in her new life. But oh, did you forget about our dear prince character? Yes, as it turns out, she's been transmigrated in a game that she's played before. Classic move, my friends. From there, the story is pretty simple. Help our characters survive, have his magical girl upgrade, fall in love, become emperor, the end. The story delves into the characters' backgrounds, so it's not just simply isekai bird and sad past prince. We got bird, wolf, burb, shiny magical fruit, burb, an isekai stand, and did I mention all the birds? One part bird shenanigans, another part serious throw in succession. The Crown's Prince is a staple in the OI genre amongst all the Villainess stories. While she doesn't take over the role as a bad character, a crow is a symbol of bad luck, so you could say this is a crow campaign, which for one, I vote yes to more birds. Viva la crow! This might be a familiar one if you read a lot of Webtoon works, as Your Throne is a popular series in the OI space and out for its storytelling and characters. As it starts, Medea has just been snubbed of the crown princess role next to Eros, the beloved crown prince. All that effort gone to Psyche, God's chosen one. If only I could be you, even for a day. Suddenly, our female leads have switched places as if God has answered her prayers. Now Medea has everything Psyche had, everything she has ever wanted. Or has she? As we start to notice, this fortunate event revealed nothing but a nightmare. You might be thinking, hey, this doesn't look like an OI, so let me remind you of the rules. Now forget about them because like I said, if it passes the vibe check, it's an OI. Your Throne is one of those people playing 4D chess type of stories, so buckle up because you're in for a long ride. As we've established, Medea and Psyche have switched places. Over the course of the story, we uncover the truth hidden behind the desire for absolute power. I love that we get to see both sides try to keep up the ruse while they start to notice everything isn't as perfect as we thought. Medea was blinded by her greed and revenge, while Psyche was tricked by her sadness and love, with the true crime lying on the one who orchestrated it all, Eros. Everything isn't what it seems on the surface, and this incident has now become an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. Their lives are so tightly connected, you get invested in figuring out everyone's motives. It's free to read on Webtoon, so have fun binging because we're over 100 chapters and things just keep getting crazier and crazier by the week. Ah yes, Tearmoon Empire, one of the latest installments in the Villainess genre, getting an upcoming anime adaptation. Rather than reincarnating or transmigrating, Tearmoon Empire follows Princess Mia Luna Tearmoon after regressing back about 10 years following her execution. So what in the moons led to this exactly? Well, she's selfish, bratty, and couldn't care less about the world. Equipped with a diary from her bloody future, our dear Mia now has a second chance at life, so what will she do? Restore the Empire's economy? Prevent war, famines, and epidemics? No. What Mia wishes to achieve this time is to avoid the guillotine at all costs. Say no to humbling yourself. Say yes to unintentionally misleading people into thinking you're a humanitarian because you're terrified of guillotine challenge. I love how everyone has a severe case of Mia syndrome after meeting her for a few seconds. I mean, Mia's really eloquent with her words, but in reality, she's taking insane levels of hopium each time she opens her mouth. Her diary is doing most of the heavy lifting in this one. At the end of the day, Mia's doing everything to paint herself as a good person, in hopes nobody will be out for her head. In a nutshell, Tearmoon Empire is just Mia running around pulling a task failed successfully. How to prevent an epidemic? Sell your hairpin to raise funds before some randos steal it again. End up being a charitable saint because your right-hand man's terminal case of Mia syndrome blinded him, making him pressure other nobles to donate. I swear everyone is thinking 3 steps ahead while Mia's actually 10 steps behind. The usual ball scene, typical whispers, and the same event yet again. Another prince, throwing away his fiancée in favor of an innocent lady. Things seem like they'll proceed as usual, right? Honestly, what else is there to tell you about this story? Well, what if a villainess was One Punch Man? Let me introduce you to Scarlet, from May I Ask for One Final Thing. Also known by her nicknames, the Mad Dog Princess, the Bloody Princess, and many more to come after every new pile of dead bodies. If you ever read a story where you found a character you hate so much that you wanted to smack a bitch, then this is the story for you. Or, if you're a secret degenerate in need of a girl to step on you, hit up Scarlet and she'll gladly send you a Team Rocket blasting off again. Before you get your hopes up, I need to point out the publisher, Alpha Polis. They are notorious for their lack of promotions beyond domestic novel and manga prints, rarely commissioning anime adaptations, and even refused foreign licensing a few years back with J Novel Club. Damn you, Alpha, why are you so conservative? At least you can now read the manga and many of their other works in English on their app, including Observation Log. Look, all I want is just to see my girl Scarlet massacre to the tune of classical orchestra music. I mean, just think about it, every smash to the face or belly when the strings go. Scene. Please, I'm praying to the anime gods that Alpha Polis will let me see Scarlet find emotion. I mean, look at how happy she is swinging this ankle of a man around as he smashes everyone around like bowling pins. Truly, a masterpiece of the century. Okay, so here's another isekai. This time we're dropped into some tragic boy's love story as a side character, which is great because we don't have to do anything and the story will progress just fine. This will be a quick one. What? I mean, in the original story, it does end on him committing suicide, so maybe he just has to be happy this time, right? and there's a talking sword now. Great! Look, I don't know how else to explain this story, so just read it. It's called Touch My Little Brother and You're Dead. Why? Because every time he dies, our lead, Rosalette, resets, even if she chooses death. And guess what? The whole reason as to why she kept looping back was because Rion said incest is wincest. You've gotta be shitting me. Everyone calls this crack comedy, and I can confirm this is crack comedy. This is the shit that needs to be animated because my lungs feel like collapsing after each episode. Now, in her 21st loop, she knows every death flag in her brother's path. I'd go insane even after one loop, but when you've done the same thing 21 times, you would be as unhinged as Rosalette, where you don't give a shit as long as it goes your way. It's got fourth wall breaks, father-daughter rivalry, second-hand embarrassment, red liquid that isn't blood, condescending frenemies, a gay best friend that's solely a partner in sleeping crime, buttons and arms, romantic exploitation, and getting the job done. If this is your type of humor, dear God, I hope you have an ambulance on speed dial. It's like Rosalette acquired a defective version of the world on hard mode, because every path leads to a dead end. I guess if you read Villains Are Destined to Die, this would be the comedy version of it, where everyone isn't out to get her, but her siscon of a little brother. So now she plays the villainess, I think. I don't know. She didn't exactly choose violence, but she sure as hell chose chaos. Hailed as one of the OIs with some of the best art out there, Roxana, or its Korean title, How to Protect the Female Lead's Older Brother, is one of the few darker OIs with morally grey and evil characters, because, well, we're surrounded by a family full of thieving, lying, kidnapping serial killers. Who doesn't love screwing people over for fun, right? Now, you may have heard about this series due to the unfortunate event the Webtoon artist went through with her management. For more information on that, I've linked a video I found in the cards you can watch later. When it's do or die, as a villainess you gotta do whatever to stay alive, right? But when the trigger to her demise is Cassius, the man her father kidnapped, the female lead's older brother, our protagonist Roxana must deceive everyone in this household. Everything lies on his survival. Roxana's family is one hell of a messed up place where everyone enjoys an afternoon of killing. Being trained from a young age in combat and poison immunity, everything culminates in the coming of age trial, where, in a hallucination, they must kill their most important person, or face being disposed of, just like Roxana's brother. Now that's some psychological torture right there. No wonder why everyone's a lunatic and psychopath. While Your Throne focuses on scheming and unveiling lies, Roxana manipulates and plays with people, all to have her way with these lunatics. Is this a means of survival? Yes. Is this a means of getting them under her thumb? Also yes. Many of the character relationships are complicated. To some, they're a burden. To others, they're an enigma. No matter what Roxana's next move will be, you gotta admit she's damn mesmerizing, with eyes resembling rubies, burning as bright as the horrors in the Agress house. That's all the recommendations I have for you guys. Which ones did you guys like the most, or have you heard about all of them before? Is there another theme you want to see OI explore? Are there any other OIs you think deserve more attention? Genuinely, there are so many series I could think of that have a ton of action or are just downright hilarious to read, so it's hard to narrow it down to just 6. But I'll make a part 2 for you guys if you're in dire need of quenching your villainess thirst. These types of videos take me a while to produce, so I'll be trying out something different in the coming weeks. You can always tune in on the OI subreddit or refresh your memory on what Otome Isekai is for my video right here. I also make other content on manga and idols, so subscribe and like this video to let me know you want more. Links to my social media and all the series mentioned today are linked below. Anyways, that's the end of my script. See you next time. Bye bye!